Yeah, he's out, still out.
Jorginho.
Out.
So with Jorginho, the suggestions seem to be at the start that it wasn't too bad, and it's seems to be worse than you first thought. I know there's patient confidentiality. Can you give us any idea what it is that he's got?
Yeah, it got a bit more complicated than expected. Thankfully, he's fine. He's feeling good. He's recovering well, but yeah, it was a bit more than what certainly we wanted.
Is it like a broken rib or something like that?
No, I think I leave it to the doctor if he wants to clarify, or Georgie that personally.
There's hopefully 6 games to go this season.
Yeah.
Do you think we've seen Jorginho in an Arsenal shirt for the last?
I think so. Yeah. Hopefully, if everything goes well in the next week or so, I think he will.
We will see him.
Gradually, I think he will reintegrate in the team. Yeah.
Okay, great. And with Kai Havertz, the opposite, kind of better than you thought, it seems, in terms of his recovery. I know we ask you every week, but that's because he's an important player. You suggest that he is potentially going to be back?
I think so. I think if everything goes the way it's going at the moment and the way it's planned, I think he will have a chance to play a few games in the season.
Right. Any others?
No, the rest are out. Yeah.
I guess the science, the medical science suggests that Thomas will be involved tomorrow, given that he was rested in the week.
Well, he couldn't play. He was suspended, so
Yeah,
he's got a good opportunity to play tomorrow. Yeah.
And is that something you would do because you're wanting to be involved ahead of the big game on Wednesday?
Yeah. Now we will assess how the squad is, what we want to do tomorrow, certainly with the players that we have available, and do the lineup and the possible subs.
And if selected, 100th appearance for Declan Rice, which is achieved in less than 2 seasons. What does that say about him?
About consistency, availability, the way he's performed, the way he has adapted to the club, to the team. I think it's been an unbelievable signing.
The supercomputer.
You love the supercomputer.
The ordinary computer, even a broken computer, says you've got no chance of winning the title this season.
Yeah, that's gone.
But the supercomputer says you've got a 99.6% chance, even before the ball is kicked this weekend, of finishing in the top 5. But while there's that little fraction of no chance, that's going to be the message to the players.
The message is very clear. Now we have to earn the right to win the game tomorrow, be better than Bournemouth, and win the game. That's what we have to do, and that's the way we have prepared since 2 days ago.
Because if you do beat Bournemouth and Chelsea lose to Liverpool, which is possible, and Nottingham Forest lose at a buoyant cup final against Crystal Palace, which is possible, you will then mathematically qualify for the top 5. Is that something you're looking at, the wider picture?
It's a lot of ifs. So the most important one is just to increase our probabilities to win our game, and that's the focus of the team.
We've got a couple more. The camera showed some of the players who weren't involved on Tuesday. 7 important players to you. 2 of the Gabriels, Tomiyasu, Calafiori, Kai Havertz, Jorginho, Partey, not injured but obviously suspended. When you think about those kind of problems you've had this season with injuries, big players missing, red cards as well, a lot of red cards, how does that make you even more proud of what you achieved this season?
Well, the thing is that we live every day with what we have, and then I was very shocked just before the game against PSG at home, because I was walking into the dressing room and suddenly I saw all of them together seated. So it was Tomiyasu, next to him Calafiori, next to him Gabriel Magalhães, next to him Thomas Partey, next to him Kai Havertz, next to him Gabriel Jesus, next to him Jorginho. And I said, that's a starting lineup. And we don't have them, and we haven't had them for many, many months. And then I felt joy about the team and what they are doing and how they're trying, and nobody's talking about it in the building at all. But it's happening, and I felt pride about how the boys and the staff and the club are reacting to these situations.
It's a very nice answer, poetic answer. Actually, I've got a poem, a bit of a poem. I know you're a culture man. Beautiful spring-like weather outside, a bit of Tennyson. In the spring, a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of love. How do you stop your players lightly thinking about about the city of love, thinking about Paris this weekend?
I will discuss that. Because the only thing that we can control is our performances, our emotional state, and how well we are performing. And we know how important it is still a lot of the things that we have to do in the Premier League, even though we haven't achieved what we wanted. And I take the opportunity as well to congratulate Liverpool and what they've done in the manner that they've done, how consistent they've been. And I think they fully deserve to win it. They were the better team. They had so many attributes. They had a consistently their squad available. And we're going to try again. But up to that moment next season, now we're going to have to finish the season very strong.
But finishing second is your target now, definitely.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Gary. We'll go to Niv from the Premier League.
Good
Hi.
to see you. You just mentioned Liverpool. How impressive have you been with their calmness this season as a club, on the pitch, off the pitch? There was a situation with the contract of Mo Salah and Virgil, and there was no distraction. They got the job done.
Yeah, it's good. They had this distraction. The good thing is that they had them in the pitch all the time, which is something very positive. And it's a club in the last 10, 15 years. They've been consistently there, fighting for trophies, winning big trophies, winning the Champions League. So they're used to that. So nobody, I think, should be surprised because they have the level. And yeah, they merit because they've done a lot of things very, very well. So deserve champions.
You'll face Anthony Raola this weekend.
Yeah.
You played with him back in the day, youth football. When you played together when you were younger, what type of teammate he was, and in the dressing room, who was more vocal, you or Anthony?
He was super talented, very skillful. He used to play as a winger coming inside. Really smart player. Yeah, probably none of us thought that we were going to be in the position that we are in today in the Premier League. But yeah, really happy for him. I think he's doing an extraordinary job. The way I think he has changed a lot of things at the club as well. The atmosphere, belief, the players that he's recruited, the way they play, really impressive.
My colleague here asked you about the chance of finishing the top four, the Champions League position. When you look at the progress and the development and improvement at Bournemouth, can you see them maybe even next year becoming one of those clubs that will challenge you and other clubs for Champions League football?
I imagine. I think in the Premier League, every club that is in this position, they have the opportunity to do it because now they have the consistency in the league. They have very, very good players. When you look at the players and the setup that they have, is really impressive.